of Tony P's event.
Yes.
In studio today, we have Tony P and Greg. You guys are going to talk a little bit about the Tony P Network and what it's doing for all of our industry. It's not just the real estate world that we cover here on Market Overdrive. Keep in mind that we're opening up this platform to all businesses because in the end, everything comes back to real estate regardless. So welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Tony, Greg, who wants to jump in here and get a quick start?
I can go ahead.
Tell us a little bit about what Tony P's network is and how you introduced that to the Chicago market here.
Make sure you're talking to the microphone.
Yeah,
and talk this way.
Yeah, something that me and Greg started about a year and a half ago. We go out to probably anywhere from 4 to 6 networking events a week, and just always going out meeting people, making new friends, finding new business connections, and then we started helping promote other people's events because we realized the more we went to and the more people we met, the more business we accumulated, and it was kind of easy. We're just going out and having fun, having a couple of drinks, making a few buddies, and then what happened was it got to the point where people kept thinking that we were putting the events on, but in reality, we were just attending them and promoting them. So people said, well, why don't you do events? I'm like, it's kind of a hassle. And Greg's like, no, let's do it. I'm like, I don't want to do it. And he's like, I'll do the dirty work behind the scenes. You just get people to show up. I'm like, done. So that's pretty much how we do it. Greg does all the operations, the finances, all the contract negotiations, all the stuff that I hate doing. And I just get butts in the seats. I get people to show up and have fun and make new friends.
You see that? A professional team of colleagues that get along and actually support each other.
So
wouldn't go that far.
Tony PR, Dirty Work Greg. let's move on to Dirty Work Greg. Hit him up with some questions.
Make sure you cut that out, man.
So
Oh, God.
I think
Exactly what's wrong with Market Overdrive. There's no...
I want to go to the Dirty Work Greg for a second because I think that people. Well, no, hold on. There's a fair question here. Yeah. Networking is a big part of our lives, no matter what industry you're in, and no matter if you're watching this show, we're typically talking about ways for people to become homeowners or how to buy a house or find a property or all that stuff. But at the end of the day, whatever business you're in, if you're not buying a house, networking in your industry is key. Sometimes you might meet the new great boss of your life. Sometimes you might meet the new person that shows you how to do things in a better way, and you're better at your job. I mean, there's so many people you meet from networking, but it all sounds fun and dandy and exciting and definitely a lot of fun. But there's dirty work to it.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of grind and a lot of organizing and a lot of pitfalls and a lot of, I'm assuming, contractual stuff that you got to deal with in the back that doesn't always happen the way it was explained to happen.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's an ongoing balance because obviously we're trying to create an environment. We want to humanize, the interactions between people. As of today, everybody's stuck to and glued to their screens, right? So this is a way of bringing people together, and we want to provide a good value for those folks and make sure that they're coming out and having a good time. But in order to do that, you have to have a really awesome space.
Right.
So which involves a really hip bar restaurant that people want to go out to. And at the same time, the bar restaurant, they want to make sure that if they're going to give you that space, that it's going to be that they're going to see their return on investment, right? So it's a little bit of a chicken and egg. We have to charge a ticket price, but at the same time, we have to negotiate with the bar and restaurant, making sure that we're hitting their numbers, and at the same time, make a little bit of profit for our work as well. And in addition to all of that, there's also the sponsorship piece of it as well. Mm-hmm. So thankfully we've been able to build a good following and a good strong network, which has led to sponsorships being interested and putting their name on the event and helping us out with some of those financial aspects of it as well.
Well, it sounds like you guys know what you're doing. Obviously, you're being very successful, and that's why your events are everywhere. So can you speak to more of what, what are the events and the people that you are attracting to these events? Because I think that speaks volumes, that separates you from all the other networking events out in the city.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is we do a cross-section of all different industries. So obviously, we do have quite a few people in real estate. We also have entrepreneurs, business owners, lawyers, people in sales, people in the financial world. And Graco. And Graco.
You're your own category,
whatever he does, I don't know anymore.
But at the end of the day, we're all salespeople. We all have something that we're selling to the world. And I think, as Greg alluded to, people get lazy with phones and social media and all that, whereas we use it as a vehicle to get people in a room or in a venue together, and just share knowledge and just have some fun. And that's the thing too. I always stress I want people to have fun first, because a lot of people are very transactional and think, oh, I'm going to meet this person, I'm going to try and get a deal or try and get something going on. I'm like, no, just go and have fun making friends, because if there's not a business connection, at least you made 10 new friends, and there might be a neighbor or someone they know that could use what you have. So it's all about just having fun, and then it just kind of falls in your lap after that.
I love it. Let's go back to that whole WeWork, right? Where people are working from home, or they're using these spaces that they're borrowing or paying what you pay to play per se, right? And then they come to these events, and they really don't have colleagues that they're working with. They're so secluded in their own world. And so the way we're working in these days is completely different from how we worked before. Now you have these events, but then you get all these meetup apps, and you go to Facebook and there's tons of events, and then there's your opportunity. I love the fact that you were talking about like entrepreneurs, professionals. I mean, we're talking about a whole different level of like, people in the room. So can you speak more of that, and how do you attract that audience?
Yeah, absolutely. Being an entrepreneur myself, one of the things that I noticed in coming from the corporate environment where everybody was always looking for happy hour, to get together to tell the war stories or what have you. But being an entrepreneur and working from home, you just don't have that camaraderie, right? So putting together and producing these networking events allows these entrepreneurs and these people that work from home, because this is the trend in the world that we live in these days. This gives them an opportunity to come out and come together, have those social drinks, tell their war stories, relieve some stress, and at the same time, create some business opportunities for themselves. Absolutely.
Graco, you attend these events. What
I love
drew
these
you
events.
to?
These are the guys that network more than I do. I finally met my match, and they're
I was going to say, because you're like literally at every Nick, is he ever in the office? Okay, never mind.
But anyways, guys, tell us when the next event is. We're all looking forward to that. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So next event's going to be December 5th at a bar called Early Society. It's in the Loop, basically the corner of Clark and Wacker. So Early Society in the front looks kind of just any other standard restaurant, gastropub sort of place. But then what's cool about it is in the back, they have a speakeasy called Chelsea Room, which the owners designed to look kind of like late 70s, early 80s punk rock. So imagine being at the Foundation Room, the House of Blues, but with a late 70s New York punk rock sort of vibe going on. And just a really awesome place, unique. There's very few venues in the city that have that look and feel. And plus, it's in the Loop. It's easy to get to. I mean, there's L trains, there's Ubers, there's so many ways you can get there. There's plenty of parking. So, we do these events once a month, and that's the next one. We wanted to slam it in right before the holiday season kicks in, because all those holiday parties are going to happen, and it's going to be a lot going on. So we want to make sure we got one more.
How do we get our tickets to this event?
So we got a few different ways. We have Tony P's Networking Events Facebook page. We got Eventbrite, also Instagram, and just go to the site, and all the information's there. You can always reach out to us and take care of you guys.
Sounds exciting,
Cool.
and I'm assuming you guys take media passes, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, for you, of course.
Making sure we got that out of the way.
Are we expecting anything cool hip, Greg, next year for 2019?
Yeah, we are actually. So we're in conversations. I don't know. I guess I'll name the venue.
You can say it.
But yeah, we just went and checked out Tao the other day, and that's just an incredible venue, a beautiful space, and we know that a lot of people don't normally get to go out on Friday and Saturday nights to experience it. So we're hoping to open it up to anybody that wants to come and check it out on maybe a Tuesday night, and again, try to generate some business opportunities for themselves.
Love it. This is great stuff, guys. I mean, thank you so much for coming out, and just a number or something so that I can say I got it in. No, you're not giving out a number?
I'll go ahead and give my numbers because I handle sponsorships anyways.
Dirty Greg, dirty work, Greg.
Yes, exactly.
Give us your number.
And that goes for anybody that has a problem at any of the events. I handle it all. I run the registration. So, you can call me at 630-247-5821, and I'd be happy to have a conversation with you.
I love it. See, part of the reason why we brought in Greg and crew is because as we're transacting and we're in the business, we're always networking. We talk to restaurateurs, we're selling real estate to anybody who's looking to invest and get in the real estate market. So I feel like all these industries just merge together, right?